It's another hard day at the office. Today we're trying to chase these fellows. We're upgrading a little bit. Great colors, beautiful pike.
Se on iso. Se on iso. Jätkä, nyt lähdetään ryyppäämään. Tää päivä oli tässä.
So we are here now in Åland, which is a big island group between Finland and Sweden. And this is a very famous place for fishing. They have excellent pike fishing, seatrout fishing, perch fishing. So we came here to see what the waters are. We haven't been here before, so it's gonna be a quite nice expedition for us also. Åland is a well-known place for its apples and also red tarmac roads, red like my cap. It's 10 o'clock now and we are gonna film all day. It will be dark about 4.
So, do you think we should fish the two shallow bays that we looked at yesterday at first?
Yeah.
So
maybe the closer one first.
First and then
look and then
yeah. So
and the other one.
I guess that would be something like intermediate or slow-mo.
Well, probably we find some fish already from the quite shallow bays.
Yeah.
There might be some bream. And if there's bream, there's usually big
pikes, yeah. Mainland Finland is right here, Helsinki is around here, and then in here we have Sweden, and Åland is right in between. You can see our boat right there. If we start zooming in, you can see we're here, and this was a place we scouted on the map.
Well, this looks good.
Yeah.
Wind is pushing nicely along the reed.
Kind of rookie mistake. I left the remote controller for the electric engine in the car, and it was super cold night, so we're kind of out of battery.
How did we manage before without these electric engines?
I don't know if we did.
So windy that I'm gonna use the stripping basket, because otherwise the wind is gonna blow the line. Even though we have a nice boat for fly fishing, but it's gonna be wind is gonna blow my line off the boat.
Yeah, now we're kind of right in the mouth, in the beginning of this bay, and the wind is blowing into the bay, so it's also possible that the fish are holding further back.
Ah!
Did you miss it?
Kind of, yes.
Kind of, yeah. Oh, here we go. Ah!
Fish on.
Fish on.
It's like a pike, but much smaller. My fly ate the pike. Even though some places they look good, I mean the reed line looks good, but then actually when you get there and you see that the bottom is clean, there's no fish usually. So it really needs some grass there.
Something
Shelter.
Where the fish can hide.
Yeah, especially bait fish can hide. It was not a big success. Couple fish, couple contacts.
Yeah. What do you define as success or big success?
Well, big success is fish on every cast. You can see that yellow sign on the shore. That's a kind of Finnish culture. We tell where the electric cables are, where they go. And actually that's a place where there's always a 10-kilo pike there. So on the way back, we need to make a couple casts there.
Yeah.
They are just lying on top of the cable and charging themselves. So now we are in a kind of a little bit wider section, which narrows down to a very narrow channel, which then again leads us to a little bit bigger bay, which gets wider.
So I'm using this red and white type of pike fly, made out of bucktail and flassaboo with a nice tail and a little bit bigger, bulkier head, so it pushes a lot of water. Are you using fluorocarbon or wire as a leader?
I have a wire.
You have a wire as well?
I like wire more. I mean, it lasts longer. I mean, of course, the thick fluorocarbon it's good for fish or two, but you most likely after a couple fish you need to change it.
This is the Big Mama Classic leader, which has a wire section with a fast attach and then 0.60 fluorocarbon in the end, so you can attach it, it's ready to use, and just put on a fly and you're ready to go.
The water is much murkier here, and obviously it can be the wind, but then again this is quite similar place than the previous one. So also one option is that if there's awful lot of bream, big bream, they can also kind of mess it up.
If the water gets really murky, what sort of tricks do you have?
Well, I have some flies with different kind of rattles.
Yeah.
And also
oh,
there
did
was
you
a
see
chase
that?
there.
Oh, here we go.
A fly with a rattles weight so that it really jigs and moves in the water, makes some noise. Or then again, something which is really pushing a lot of water. So bigger fly, bigger head.
So cool looking pike. Not too big, but really nice looking. Hey, vittu!
Off again!
So I was looking, the current goes, you can actually see it. It's kind of like in the... Yeah, here we go.
Took again.
Yeah. I think this is a little bit nicer pike. Wanna grab the net?
Yeah. There was another fish.
Did you see that?
Splashing on the other side.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. That's also a fish.
I can't catch that.
You're gonna catch that. I can net it for you then.
Yeah. Let's see. Obviously we have some active fish now here.
Yeah, now we have some active fish and good spot maybe.
Maybe one active fish kind of wakes up the other ones.
We're upgrading a little bit. Great colors, beautiful pike.
So even though the waters are generally very clear in Åland, now we have found action here in a bay which is more murky, but also we have seen here much more bait fish. Wow! And that's where the fish was. nice pike. So obviously the clear water is not always the case. So for example, this place where there's obviously a lot of bait fish, there's obviously a lot of pike. Another one.
So is this the good action you described before? Fish on every cast?
So I put the one with a rattle and it has heavy eyes. Otherwise it's like a quite small, slim bait fish type. Seems to work. Let's see if the third cast brings the fish too. 2 in a row. Let's see how many we can catch.
Yeah. Third time make the charm. Did you miss one?
Yeah.
No!
Third cast. 2 takes and then a little bit longer pause. Let it sink a bit and there was a fish. Let's see, 4th cast.
So now we're having the good action Ryde described earlier.
I'm not gonna take the fly in before I catch a fish, I'll just leave it there. No. So, previous place I was fishing different rod and especially different line. That was sink 4. Now I changed to a different setup. I have intermediate line. I have this green Pike Maniac rod, which is a great rod for all kind of pike fishing. You can easily cast big flies. It's a strong rod. This is our 3-day expedition to Åland. Today we are fishing for pike. Then there's gonna be 1 day for Seatrout and 1 day for perch. And I think, well, if you ask me, I would say that the perch one is gonna be probably the toughest.
Here we go.
That's a great bream!
This is what's happening here.
That's a good sized bait fish.
Good sized bait fish. There might be some pike around.
On the road.
Fish on. Is it better?
Slightly.
Is it like net fish?
Big birds were singing in the tall willow trees. Mighty fine. 3 words written on a paper bag. I miss you was written in a message in black. Thrown in a van 2,000 miles back. A better time.
Chicken soup.
And how many souls and times that I've told.
We had a rumor that there's a good spot here. We checked from the map and decided to drive here. But the journey has taken a little bit longer than we thought.
Given we make time.
New spot.
I'll meet you down the lane.
Water is a little bit colored. It's kind of darker than it was in the previous one. Do you prefer that line, that granddaddy line? That's a, what, 8.5 meter head? Is that what you like to use, or?
Well, I use this or prefer this when I'm fishing from a belly boat. Fish on!
Just followed very slowly.
Did it?
Yeah, and then I stopped the fly. I saw the fish
Yeah, and
following.
then it took.
I stopped the fly, and it kind of lazily took it.
These shorter tapered flies, I like them when I'm fishing from a belly boat because I'm sitting a little bit lower.
Come on, let it go!
And then when fishing from a boat, I actually do prefer a little bit longer taper, and that's actually something we have coming up.
Yeah, the
New Pike Maniac
Pike Maniac line, yeah.
line, which has 12 meters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are, especially from the boat like this, where you're standing higher up,
Yeah,
you get more, they are more accurate lines to cast.
exactly.
You don't need to shoot that much. Ui vittu! Kato, mut ei edes tuntunut siinä. Did you see that? Splash!
Did you hook it?
Took. And off. It wasn't big, but it was a fish. Well, there was a moment when we had some action.
Yeah,
Fish were too small.
so we had something like 20-30 pikes in total, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
So not a bad day,
No.
just missing the meter one.
Yeah. Let's continue tomorrow. And as we say in Finland, kala on. This is a new club coming for next season. And as you can see, we have there a kind of shallow secret fishing spot. And points for that who finds it out where it is from.
Hey,
How is it over there?
It's very, very bad.
Biggest perch in Finland has been caught from Åland. So we're gonna break some records tomorrow. Fingers are absolutely freezing. It's really cold. I mean, I can barely feel them. But this size perch, they kind of make them feel much better.